Hello everyone, it is I, the real Adam. There is only one Adam, Ratner. There is only one Adam Ratner. And today, I have this light, but I don't know where to angle it. So right here, like this. And so today, at night, let's see here. Oh, yeah, that's not what you want. Okay, so like this, right? Yeah, like this. So, I'm going to be ranking the Year of Shadow. I'm going to dim it just one notch lower. That. And so, yeah. Now, again, I'm going to be ranking the Year of Shadow. I don't know why my hair is going like this, but okay. So, I do have a tier list. Actually, I'm just going to use LibreWolf, and I'm going to type in the Year of Shadow tier list. And so, the reason why I'm doing it now is because, like, I know that you're asking, why are you doing it now, right? The Year of Shadow was last year. Well, it's because you all know that I just now, like, literally yesterday, not like now, but like, again, yesterday, over 24 hours ago from yesterday, was the first time that I watched Sonic the Hedgehog free, the third Sonic movie. And so now, I can finally rank the tier list. And then I'm looking off to the side and stuff because I'm looking at my mic audio. And yeah, that's what I'm going to do right now. Let's get right into it. Because, like, listen, there's still some stuff that, like, I haven't got into cover yet, right? Like, Shadow in the Sonic X Shadow Generations DLC, the Keanu Reeves Shadow. But I'm passing on that because I just saw Sonic Movie 3. And so you already know, well, okay, here we go. You already know that Movie Shadow is going into S tier. Okay, because again, just saw yesterday. Yesterday was the first time, for the last time I'm going to say this, yesterday was the first time I saw Sonic Movie 3. So, after seeing the final battle, in my opinion, it was low-key mid. You guys can cancel me if you want to. But I still really enjoyed Shadow, the movie adaptation of Shadow that Sega and Paramount had to offer. Shadow Basketball, another instant S tier. I have to scroll up. Shadow Basketball, low-key putting it in front of Movie Shadow because nobody defeats the GOAT. Shadow Basketball. Now, I'm going to shrink my camera a bit. Yeah, I should have done that way sooner. Next, we got Shadow from Sonic Heroes. Another... I'm putting it in an A tier because we're just talking about Shadow from Heroes. We're not talking about Shadow from Heroes and Rouge from Heroes and Omega from Heroes. We're not talking about Team Dark, even though it is a PNG of Team Dark. We're only talking about Heroes Shadow. And yeah, I'm just putting it in A tier. In Generations, now, look, it depends. Are we talking Sonic Generations Shadow or Sonic X Shadow Generation Shadow? Because if we're just talking about, like, you know, standard generations or quote unquote standard gens, then he's low key going into F tier because he didn't even do anything. I mean, he literally did more in Forces. I mean, he got his own episode, right? His own DLC. He got his own DLC, and it was called Episode Shadow. That's why I said he got his own episode, but he got his own DLC. And, I mean, like, that's just crazy, bro. Generations, we all know that standard gens is still better than standard Forces, and it's better than Episode Shadow. And yet, Shadow is still treated with more respect. So I'm going to put it in D tier, simply because while yes, Shadow had more screen time and more involvement, and while he actually contributed to the overall story, his characterization sucked. They just portrayed him as a total douchebag. I mean, in Generations, he literally has zero purpose, and in Forces, he's just a douchebag. I was like, what is that noise? And then, so, we did standard gens, and we did Forces, and we did Heroes, like, in terms of the mainline games. So, even though Shadow 05, I mean, it is pretty much mainline, although it's more obscure. So, let's talk about Shadow 05. I'm putting it in good, because there's a lot of things wrong with the game, but there's also a lot of things right with the game, especially in terms of Shadow's characterization. You know, like, it actually pushed Shadow forward in terms of literally in terms of being an actual character. Like, it completely pushed his arc forward. And you may argue it was for the worse, or you may argue that it was for the better. And in my opinion, it was for the better. Because without Shadow 05, we would have never gotten... Let's be for real. If Shadow 05 didn't exist, we would have never gotten Shadow Generations. And everyone knows that currently Shadow Generations is one of the highest rated Sonic games of all time. And, you know, that's like aside from it literally coming out last year. But, you know, Shadow 05, Doom powers. I mean, Shadow wields guns, for crying out loud. That's one of the things that fans are definitely divided on. But, again, I'm putting it in B tier. Boom Shadow. We're talking about Rise of Lyric Boom Shadow versus the TV show Boom Shadow. I'm putting Rise of Lyric Boom Shadow in Ultimate, and I'm putting TV show Boom Shadow in Badass. Because you guys know that I'm like the number one Boom Shadow stan. Because I love how overly edgy he is for literally no reason. I know that it's like low-key silly, but I love it. I literally love it. I can't help that. I literally am a D1 Boom Shadow stan, okay? Like, remember, this is my ranking. And I am sorry if I personally upset people. But I want you guys to know that this is all opinion-based. So, that just had to be said regardless. Anyways, let's now... Okay, well, actually, I changed my mind because Lancelot is low-key a dub. I'm putting Lancelot in solid because while Lancelot is cool in design and all that stuff, he's literally a part of like a non-canon spin-off game. So it doesn't really matter, you know? I'm only putting him in solid because I always have been a fan of Lancelot Shadow's design. Same with all of the designs for all the characters in Sonic and the Black Knight. But now, yeah, like I said, now let's actually go in order. So Lego Shadow, I mean, it's just Lego Shadow. Adventure 2 Shadow, obviously, S tier. Right in front of the movie, but right behind Shadow Basketball. Sonic Battle Shadow, I don't know. I'll just put it in solid. Sonic 06 Shadow, another S tier. Sonic Rider Shadow, I'm putting it in meh. Remember, he's a side character. I mean, I don't even think Shadow has showed up in any Sonic Riders game in terms of plot. I know that he's been playable in like every Riders game, but I don't remember him ever being a part of the story, like ever. Shadow and Sonic X, solid, really solid. Like, not solid as in C tier, solid as in A tier. Like, that is an easy A tier. Now OBS is for... Okay, I was confused. Shadow in the... You know, the mini games for Secret Rings, it's whatever. It's whatever. Meh. Although I do really have a soft spot for Sega, what is it called? Like All-Star Superstar Tennis, so I'm putting it right here. Tokyo 2020, another spin-off. What does it matter? It really doesn't. Garbage. He's an assist trophy. That's self-explanatory. This is Japanese art, so I'm putting it in solid. Sonic Rivals, solid. I think this is Sonic Chronicles. I think. Yeah, meh. Garbage. He's again, not even like playable or anything. I mean, at least in these adaptations, I mean, Lego Shadow is cool, and then a trend is that all of these adaptations, I meant to say, are all playable, and then these like aren't even playable. So like these are peak, these are close to peak. Like 05 Shadow is probably going to be like the only one at B tier, because it's like right between the lines of like, you know, like, I don't know how to explain it, because 05 Shadow is so complicated, you know, especially with like the hero path and dark path and all that stuff. And then C tier is like really where the bias is. Like, it's like, oh, this is cool. And then D tier is, it's really nothing much, you know what I mean? And then F tier is like, again, along the lines of not even playable. And then here, this is, yeah, it's whatever. Prime Shadow, A tier. I'm putting this in F tier because not playable. All-Stars Racing Transformed, solid. I love All-Stars Racing Transformed. Absolute dog shit. Let's be for real, bro. I'm sorry, okay, but like, not even I like Team Sonic Racing, okay? Like, let's just be honest. Like, I don't know a single the fact that I put Rise of Lyric Boom Shadow in Ultimate and Team Sonic Racing Shadow in F tier is absolutely hilarious if you think about it. That is like actually crazy. I'm out here doing the most, you know. This is, I want to say this is Archie Comics. I want to say. All I know is it's either Archie Comics or IDW Comics. But if it is Archie Comics, then it's going in A tier. Dream Team. I think Dream Team is a solid C tier. Sonic X Shadow Generation Shadow. That is going in S tier. Not Speed Cafe. What am I talking about? The Tails Tube. Y'all remember the Twitter debate about how like Shadow's characterization was regressing again? So it's going in D tier. I think this is the murder of Sonic the Hedgehog. So F tier. I don't know what that is. What is that? Is that IDW? I think that might be IDW Shadow. So I'm putting that in A tier. Actually, I'm putting it in B tier. Pilot, not the pilot, the prologue, A tier. A tier. Shadow Batman, peak. Batman Shadow Batman is peak. And that is my tier list, guys. And I just moved the wrong thing in classic Adam Ratner nature. So what do you guys think of my tier list? You know? Let me know. Or don't. I don't know. Anyways, I'm going to screenshot it because, you know, Instagram. And yeah. That was my official ranking for, you know, the Year of Shadow. I hope you all enjoyed. Bye. And, okay, it's like, because before I end the live stream, right, I want to say, Amy and Metal Sonic, you can't see my two fingers. What am I doing? What am I doing wrong? Amy and Metal Sonic, Amy and Metal Sonic rankings coming soon. So be on the lookout, you know, for my Twitch and my live channel. And I'll catch you all on the next one when I do a random live stream or when I rank Amy Rose and Metal Sonic. Because keep in mind, we have Sonic Movie 4 coming out in 2027. So, you know, all I can say is it's coming out before 2027, so. Bye! And then, you know, what am I doing? Once I post this, I want you guys to tell me, you know, your thoughts. I want you guys to tell me your thoughts on or you can even comment on this video about my personal ranking for the Year of Shadow. And Sonic Movie 3, last night, it was so peak. Not because the movie was so peak, but because watching it with Aiden and Jordan and Louie was way better, in my opinion, than going to see it in a movie theater. Despite the fact that it was on a significantly smaller screen and the audio quality was like 10 times worse. And yeah, but I still wouldn't change that, you know. Like, now that I actually did watch Sonic 3 with them, I don't, you know, regret watching it this late. So, you know, my take on Sonic 3, my take on the Year of Shadow. And I've been streaming for 18 minutes, and stay safe.